Alright, we are back with our middle school mixed 8 boat. Trying to get alignment, it looks like. Middle school 8 race, 4 races. Looks like we have from the bottom of your screen Bowles, Capital City. I'm going with Space Coast and then Episcopal. That's it. There's our Capital City boat. Looking ready. And there's the start. Strong start. So there's a technique when you're starting to do half strokes. Real important to get that boat up to speed as quickly as possible. So they'll do a half and then 3/4 strokes. Increase that rate temporarily before you settle in to a nice steady stroke. Real strong off the start for Capital City. And a very high stroke rate too. Let's hope they can hold that. It is, in the world of rowing, a shorter race at about 1K. It's a 1K. But for middle school, it is a big distance. These are a lot of kids that are just new to the sport, learning. But you wouldn't know it looking at this boat. Look at that oar work and the balance. We have a very strong headwind. That's going to push on their oars every time they come out of the water and play with the boat balance. You've got to realize these boats are skinnier than a canoe. I don't know if any of you have ever tried to row in a canoe and then row in a canoe with one other person. These kids are rowing with 7 other people, 8 if you count the coxswain, and they are pushing hard with their legs, going forward and backward, and they have to keep that long, skinny boat that is just a bit above the water balanced for that entire time. There's a lot more skill and coordination than is apparent from what you see on the screen. Really great oar work. Coming out clean and leading the field with some strong performance from Capital City. Great job. Mixed 8. Oh, there was a little bit of a crab there, but not a full. So catching a crab in rowing is when your oar enters or stays in the water with enough of an angle so that the speed of the boat catches your oar and keeps it under the water. And in a full crab, if you catch a full crab, that oar can end up straight vertical down in the water. The whole boat has to stop to pull it out. So that was a good recovery to avoid that and maintain the lead. Looks like we still have about a half a boat length on, I think that might be Episcopal. You can see they have chosen a much slower rate. So your stroke rate is set by your stroke seat. And where would your stroke seat be? That would be the rower farthest back in the boat, because that's the way everybody is facing. So that rower farthest to the left of your screen sets the pace for the whole boat, and everybody needs to match that pace and row as one. As you can imagine, a little bit of off in terms of pacing, and that absolutely will play with your rate. We seem to be losing some of that lead. Coming up to the start and finish, we've got about 100 meters left. Real tight finish. We need to empty the tank here. Come on, CCR! finish that strong performance. Look at that, coming back. Not letting that lead go. There's our finish line, and clear win on this one, and a great performance. Way to go, middle school 8. Looking good, middle school program. Congrats, guys.